Hi. In this video, we are just going to solve the quadratic equation by using the completing the squares method. So this is one of the method of solving quadratic equation. Completing the square is unbelievably powerful technique, and it describes a lot about the quadratic graphs and its transformations. It also says how quadratic formula is derived at, but in this video, I'm not going into all that. I'm just going to show you how it works, how you use it to solve quadratic equations. So the first question is x square minus 14x minus 51. First thing you should see is that the x square is a bare x square, okay? If not, you will have to divide it by that number. Anyway, here it is a bare x square. You don't have any coefficient in front. The coefficient, if at all the coefficient is there, it is 1. Now the second step is to isolate these two terms, okay? So just keep these two terms alone here on your left side and take the 51 to the other side. Leave some space, put the equal to sign, and then this 51, when I take that side, it becomes 51 because we add 51 on both the sides. Now, find half of the b value, okay? Half of the second term. So, next I would open the brackets. I would put x here and I will use the same sign here, okay? That's a minus sign. Then I would write half of this. Half of 14 is 7. 7, and then I would close it and I would write a square here. Then this side it would be like 51, okay? Just add the square of this 7 here. Understood? I repeat that. First you should keep your x square and x term on your left side. Take the constant to the other side. And then what you do, open the bracket. You're going to write it in factor form. So it is open the bracket, put the x, write the same sign, and half of the b term. Half of the b term here is 7, and I would close the bracket and square them. And this side, to the number which we already have, I just add the square of b which I had put here, okay? Now this would be x minus 7 the whole square equals, this is 51 plus 49, right? So that's 100 here. I get 100 here. Now your x minus 7 would be, finding the square root on both sides, the square goes from the left and here it becomes square root, right? The square, when it comes to the other side, becomes the square root, and I get a 10 here. So x plus or minus 10, okay? Always when you find the square root, you get plus or minus value. So now you have got x minus 7 is equal to plus or minus 10, okay? Now x minus 7 is equal to plus or minus 10, right? Take the 7 to the other side, so it becomes x equals plus or minus 10, and the 7 when it goes that side is plus 7. So what happens here? This would be, you get two values for x. One is x equals plus 10 plus 7, or x will be equal to minus 10 and plus 7. So if it is plus 10 plus 7, you get x value as 17, and for minus 10 and plus 7, it is minus 3. So you got your x values as x is equal to 17 comma minus 3. That would be your answer. Next, the second one. Here too we do the same. First see that your x square is bare x square. It is. Then you just keep your x square and minus 2x here. Take the 23 the other side. So that becomes minus 23. I am going to write the factor here. That is x. And this sign I would write it as minus only. Half of 12 is 6. the whole square equals minus 23 plus 6 square. So that would be x minus 6 the whole square equals 36 minus 23, right? This is negative 23 add 36. So that would be 13. Now take the square to the other side, it becomes square root. So that is x minus 6 equals square root of, when you take square root, it becomes plus or minus square root of 13. So you get two values for this. Yeah, now take the 6 to the other side. So that becomes plus 6 plus or minus root 13. So your x values are, some teachers may ask you to expand and write. So you can write like this: 6 plus root 3 comma 6 minus root 3 is your answer. That's fine. Let's go on to the third sum. See, each sum is a bit different from the previous one. I have done one problem in all types so that you can also do it that way. So now here again look at the x squared term. It is a bare x squared term, so I just write it as it is. So I have x squared minus 7x here. Take the 2 to the other side. So that becomes positive 2. Okay. Now here you divide the b 7 by 2. So what do you get? You write the x, open bracket, write the x, put the same sign, and it is now 7 over 2. Don't make it into decimals. Okay, so this is going to be 7 over 2. Leave it as it is, equals to this side. You have to add the square of 7 over 2, right? So b square you need to add. So that would be 2 plus 49 over 4. Got it? I squared both. Now let me put this as one number. So I find the LCM here. So that's 4. Multiply 2 times 4, that is 8 here. And then multiply these two, you get plus 49. And that will give you 57 over 4. Now take the square to the other side. So you get x minus 7 over 2 is equal to square root of 57 over 4. 57 is not a perfect square root. So I can write this as plus or minus square root of 57 divided by square root of 4 is 2. I can write it as 2. Now my answer would be x equals, take the 7 over 2 to the other side, to 7 over 2 plus or minus root 57 over 2. So I can put that together and I would say, since the denominators are same, I can write that in common, plus or minus root 57 is. So that would be your answer for this question. Now the fourth one, this is again slightly different from what here you have. The b term has got a 2 here, denominator, okay? Don't worry, just do what you were doing before. It's a bare x term, so I just keep my x square term here and this second x term also, 3 over 2 x, and take the 2 to the other side. So that became positive 2. Now you need to find half of 3 over 2, right? Don't make it decimal. So the half of 3 over 2 is going to be 3 over 4. 1 times 3 is 3 divided by 4, right? So this is your b. Okay? Your b is 3 by 4. So what I am going to do here is, open the bracket, put x term, put the same sign, write the value of b here, that's 3 over 4, the whole square, and this side I need to add the square of b square to my right, okay? So that would be 3 over 4 the whole square. Did you get that? So let me expand that and write. So that's 2 plus 9 over 16. So this time I am going to make fraction addition. So it is 16 at the bottom, cross multiply, you get 32, and then this side when you cross multiply, you get plus 9, right? So that would be 41 over 16. Now bring your x square to the other side. So this becomes x minus 3 over 4 equals square root of, so plus or minus, when you take square root, remember to put plus or minus sign, 41 over 16. So I can take the square root for 16 out, right? So this plus or minus 41, because 41 is not a perfect square. So I write as it is, at the bottom it is 4. Now what is your x? Your x is equal to, bring the 3 over 4 this side, 3 over 4 plus or minus root 41 over 4. Now your base is the same, so you can write x is equal to, with one base you can write on top, it is 3 plus or minus root 41. And if you want to expand it, you can expand like, so this is your answer, okay? Now the last one, here you find it is not a bare x square, okay? What you need to do is make it a bare x square. For that I have to divide throughout by 3. So I am dividing all the terms by 3, okay? So what happens, both left and right. So here this becomes, the 3 and 3 will get cancelled. And you are left with x squared minus 4 over 3x minus 1 equals 0. Take the 1 to the other side now. So you got x square minus 4 over 3x, which is equal to plus 1. Now finding half of this, right? So let me do that. 4 by 3 times half. Yeah, this 2 and 4 gets cancelled. So you get 2 over 3. So here you write x, put the minus sign, write 2 over 3, because b is 2 over 3, the whole square, equals 1 plus 2 over 3 the whole square. So that is going to be 1 plus 4 over 9. Find the LCM immediately. So that becomes 13 over 9. X minus 2 over 3 will be square root of plus or minus square root of 13 over 9. Okay, this is 9. Now that implies your x is equal to 2 over 3 plus or minus root 13. The root of 9 is 3, right? So it is 3 here. So your x will give you the value 2 plus or minus root 13 divided by 3. So your x term would be, your x is equal to, within the brackets you can say 2 plus root 13 over 3, or 2 minus root 13 over 3. We have discussed all sort of questions here, almost all. Understand each problem, find similar problems and work them out, and get thorough with the method we have done. You just keep your x squared and the x term on your left, take the constant to your right, then you divide the b term by 2 and add that onto your right side, make this as a factor, then you start doing algebraically solve for x. Okay, hope this video was useful to you. Have a nice day.